10 and the 20 down on the bottom.
You can see the outside 48 Alex Bowman doing a little side drafted to the right side of Eric Almirola.
And I see a gap in between Eric and the 20 car.
And look at the push coming from Kyle Busch to his teammate Christopher Bell. Now that's going to get him to the rear bumper.
Big shot.
Oh, he just got over on that right side.
I can tell you another part of that equation, Jeff. These cars, they have skew in the rear ends. That's obviously for speed and make the cars go fast, make them pull up to other cars. It's also, in my experience, makes them squirrely. When that car hits him, it pushes that car into the steer of the rear end, and it can turn you in a heartbeat.
Or so reminiscent when Eric Almirola lost the lead in the closing yards of this race in 2018.
He was along for the ride. As soon as that contact hit, it just turned his car right. He took the words right out of my mouth. Unbelievable. Crushing blow to so many teams, so many efforts that it goes into having fast cars and being at this Daytona 500. That was a lot of heavy hitters in this one.
We're going to ride with Ryan Newman through this.
Well, look at that 24 car go up on the side on two wheels.
Smashed just as badly as he got with his primary car
that's
Thursday
his
night.
backup car.
At least a dozen cars involved. Oh, David Reagan torn up as well.
Back to 2 wide, but he's in the middle lane. Got to run with him in the middle lane. Airline's got a little bit more of a run. 43 closing on you. But still has got spinning top, spinning top, spinning top.
Just nothing you can do when it happens up front like that.
Carnage in the first 15 laps of the Daytona 500. That moves away. Here is another look. Eric Almirola turned into Alex Bowman, and it's on.
It just doesn't take a whole lot, you know, and especially if that front bumper hits the rear bumper in the wrong spot. And first he got him pretty good. You know, Christopher Bell got his front bumper to the rear bumper of Almirola on the left side. That turned him sideways, but then unfortunately as he moved back and forth, he hit him in the right side and spun him around.
Riding with Kurt Busch. That's Tyler Reddick right behind.
Stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low, stay low. Spinning.
You can see how fast he got to the impact. Didn't take long to get to the crash, does it, Jeff?
No, it doesn't, especially when it happens to one of those guys running second or third. It's just absolutely nothing you can do, especially when you're on the back straightaway, because you're pretty much blind. All you can see is the car ahead of you, maybe one car ahead of that, so you're listening to your spotter. You see that 20 car of Christopher Bell getting a big push from the 18, his teammate Kyle Busch. Now he's got a good head of steam here. He tries to line up with him. At the last second, though, he actually touched him maybe a little bit off to the right, and that's what got Eric Almirola going sideways.
Look at the 37, Ryan Priest. He missed that by about half an inch.
Well, that's that luck part of the equation we talk about.
I mean, how difficult is this to win? That right there shows you why it's so hard to win the Daytona 500.
Jamie McMurray trying to win it for the second time, and our friends at Advent Health put a heart rate monitor on Jamie with his permission. There it is on the left of your screen, coming off turn 2, 138 beats per minute. Here we go.
And he's got to run. He had to check up. He's trying to get through the middle, so his heart rate's starting to go up already.
Worst case scenario, too. Has that big run coming up on what we all know is happening.
Jumps on the brakes here, a little wheel hop. He's in it at that point.
Look at that heart rate skyrocketing.
Jamie McMurray started this race at a heart rate of 100, so that tells you the intensity early on the Daytona 500. for a guy like Jay. Telling him big run coming. You're just holding the wheel straight, knowing that bump is going to come. And then if you're Christopher Bell, you're trying to square up on the rear bumper. It just looked to me like one car moved left and the other car moved right at the worst possible time as they made contact.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. As you're looking in the mirror, that spotter's telling you, all right, 3, 2, 1. That's telling you how close he's getting. As soon as he feels that, as soon as you feel that big bump coming, that car's going to do something. It's going to go one way or another. You got to be able to react. Unfortunately, there was nothing he could do. It literally spun out.
In 2018, Almirola was leading the 500 on the backstretch in the final lap, and he got Marshall Dillon. Austin won the race, and Almirola was climbing out of his car in a location very similar to where that car comes to rest right now.
And when you're inside the car at those speeds and the wreck starts happening, it just feels like it takes forever.
Oh.
You could see there Kurt Busch just spinning around on like a top, getting hit, spinning him left, spinning him right. Look at the damage to the rear bumper area of Ryan Newman there. He must have made heavy contact to that wall.
You're right, Jeff. I mean, when you're upwards of 200 miles an hour, it takes a long time to come to a stop from a crash. It takes a long time to wreck like that.
Now, the other factor here is it rained this morning. We've had a lot of rain this weekend. If your car goes off in that grass, it's in the mud. The splitter digs in. You got a wrecked race car, even if you don't hit anything.
Well, these teams are phenomenal at fixing these race cars up good enough to get back into contention. But unfortunately for several of them that maybe didn't have tremendous damage.